Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rox with just a little talk about what's going on at the top of the blogs. Got a lot of shenanigans this week, you guys, so let's get to it. So I normally would leave this story for the reality recap, reality talk section, but this is a story that is granted top billing. Do you guys ever remember me talking about the reality show Machine back when I first started doing top of the blogs, and I was telling you guys how easily these people get sucked up into the reality show Machine? We were talking about Evelyn, I think. Well, I will say that Kenya Moore, she is a prime example of somebody who's been sucked up into the reality show Machine and chewed up and about to be spit out. This is probably has to be the quickest fall from grace that I have ever seen any reality show, celebrity. I have never seen none of them go this fast. So let me just tell you guys about the week that Kenya's been having. You guys all know about what went down in Anguilla and how she's been getting a lot of feedback about how she's been flirting with Apollo and with Peter and with the other man in Anguilla, and everybody just kind of basically has had a bad taste in their mouth from the way that she's been conducting herself. It's come out that the reason why Kenya Moore even wanted to do the reality show Real Housewives of Atlanta is because she is broke. But let me back up a bit. Kenya has been having to defend her relationship with Walter basically the whole time that she's been on this show, because everybody can see so many flaws in it. You guys know that the blogging world is something fierce, okay? And even while we're watching a show, there could be something totally different going on in a blog. So, we all was seeing pictures of Walter and another girl on the blogs, them around Atlanta on dates and this and that and the other. Before any of this stuff came out, I told you guys that it was obvious that they weren't really together. I have some friends that have dealt with Walter. We all work in DeKalb County. However, to go along with the story or whatever, we were just kind of still talking about Walter and Kenya as if they were a real couple when it was pretty obvious that they weren't. Bravo had already signed them on to the show, so there's nothing really that Bravo can do now, okay, because everything's been filmed, everything's been recorded, and now they've just got to go with the show. However, the blogging world, like I said, is something fierce. So when Kenya realized that Walter is out on the streets with all these beautiful young women, okay, she decided to come out with a story that said that Walter and her, were having problems, that they broke up, and then she was hinting around the fact that he might be gay. I never heard that Walter was gay. I don't think that rumor was ever really out there like that. However, that's what she said. Well, Walter, feeling like he needs to defend himself, he goes onto the radio station, which is a very popular radio station out here in Atlanta, V103, with Frank Ski and Wanda, who just got canceled this morning. But not that I'm laughing, but I'm just saying. Walter decides to go to V103 and defend his honor. Okay, he goes on there and he paints a pretty different picture of their relationship. Goes something like this. They dated 3 years ago, and it was a loose date, okay? It wasn't like they were committed to each other. It just seemed like they were getting to know each other. He visited her in LA a few times. She visited him in Atlanta a few times when she was visiting her family here. He did stay at her home while he was in Los Angeles. However, he didn't sleep with her. He stayed in her guest room, and they were really just, from what I could tell, just like getting to know each other. It was long distance and it was nothing serious. And that was it. Now, you guys understand that this was 3 years ago. Now, fast forward 3 years later, Kenya's being approached, I guess, by Bravo to be on this show. However, they have got to get her story lined up with Atlanta. She has nothing to do with Atlanta other than having an aunt that lives here. She contacts Walter. She asks him if he would be interested in playing her boyfriend. And I guess Walter felt like it wasn't anything that he couldn't do, considering that they had dated loosely, like I said, in the past. Why not go on the show and act as if he's the boyfriend? I mean, he seemed to like her enough to, date her when they were dating, so he was like, okay. However, when they got on the show, I think Walter was thrown for a loop, which we all saw. Every time, Kenya would talk about having a baby and getting married and things like that, he never had signed on for that. He just thought he was going to be on as the boyfriend. I'm assuming, you know, take her to dinner and, you know, you guys talk about, you know, hang around with the other couples and things like that. He never thought that it was going to be anything more serious than that. I guess he was still trying to go on with the charade, but you guys, like I said, it was so obvious on the show. You know, he just never really tried to act any differently. The way she cuts up with all them different men, like I told you guys, if he was her real man, okay, it would be a totally different thing. So that's how I knew. Common sense would let you know that them two were not a real couple. And yeah, the shit has hit the fan now. So Kenya has now had to come out and say that Walter is lying, and that, you know, she never did approach him about playing her boyfriend. And, you know, her family and her friends all support her and say that she deserves something better than Walter. And that's what she's going to do. On top of that, you guys, Funky Dineva on his website, he was able to really go. Now, you guys have to know that anytime you go onto a show like this and you act a complete fool, you go on so full force, people are going to start wanting to know about you. People are going to start digging into your past, trying to find out whatever they can, whatever dirt that they can on you, because you are so over the top. She had to have known that the way she was acting on the show was going to bring all this extra attention to her. Okay, so people went fishing. Okay, I still had said before all this came out that it was obvious that she was in a fucking empty ass house because it was echoing, and that they went outside with all that noise instead of sat in the house because the house didn't have furniture. Okay, because she's renting a home. Okay, so it's come out. Funky Dineva went on public record. Somehow got a copy of one of the checks that she wrote for rent of a house that she's renting out here in Roswell, Georgia, and he posted it on his website. Now Kenya is threatening to sue him because she's saying that her security has been breached, and, you know, that her accounts have been hacked and this, that, and the other. You guys go on Funky Dineva. I'll make sure that I put it down somewhere so you guys will know where to go and read up on it. But basically, he researched public records, found out who owned the house, where she is, how much she's spending on the check. She wrote $4,000, paid to the order of, I believe the lady's name was Corey Weems, who is the person that owns the home. And, you know, she signed it and put in the notes section, July rent. Okay, so she's renting a home here in Atlanta. She obviously has a home that doesn't really have furniture in it. She has paid this man to play her boyfriend, and I think that everything is just kind of crumbling down around Miss Kenya. She is so busy running around putting out fires all over Atlanta. I don't really know how this is going to turn out for her. Okay, it's just ridiculous that somebody who was a shoo-in, okay, for the show, because she had so much drama going on, that, you know, she might have done burned her bridges, you guys. She might not be back on the show, because I know that a show does not like to be duped. And even though they might have realized that she was only renting that house, they probably did think that she was in a relationship with Walter. And, you know, I don't know. All of this has come out, and it's making everything just look like a fraud, making the show look like it was, you know, we just watching something that wasn't true. So I spoke a long time on that, didn't I? That Kenya got a whole lot of shit going on. Like I said, we'll talk more about reality show recaps later, but I just had to, you guys, let me know what y'all think about Miss Kenya, okay? Poke Kenya. In the meantime, Walter said he's available, and he likes his women like he likes his rims, okay? 22s, 24s, and 26s. Now, it's only right that we've been talking about Katt Williams that I have to talk about Mr. Katt Williams again today. You guys know about, it's just been so many other things that's gone on. He beat up somebody with a mic at one of his shows. He didn't show up for court. There was a warrant out for his arrest. He had to come out of retirement because Live Aid was like, nigga, you got a fucking contract. You can think that you about to retire, but if you call retiring coming out and performing, then okay. But yeah, you not fixing to just be sitting at home chilling. All these things that's been going on with Katt Williams. One of his friends anonymously wrote into Nicole Bitchie and said basically that back in 2008, Katt Williams was admitted into a psychiatric hospital and was diagnosed as a manic depressive schizophrenic. Back then, they knew that he had these issues. He's not on drugs and he's not drinking. Hey, I'm just telling you guys what the person said, and they're just saying that he is in a manic state, basically. They said that from October to January is usually his manic state, and this is the time of the year when he just usually cuts up and acts a damn fool. Now, the person is saying that Katt Williams has gotten rid of everybody around him that can help him, and he's only kept people around him that's going to keep on doing as he wants them to do. He spends all his money on them, and you know, he spends frivolously when he is in this manic state, and then when he comes back down to reality somewhere around February, then, you know, he's now trying to clean up, and, you know, he's saying that people are stealing money from him, and, you know, things like that. So I don't know how true it is. Definitely something is wrong with Katt Williams. I just don't know what alcohol and drugs is gonna make you act like this all the time. I just wanted to let you guys know about Mr. Katt Williams, okay? According to his friend, he's in a manic depressive schizophrenic state right now. So I don't really know what else to say about it. I just hope he gets better. The Los Angeles Police Department has released the autopsy report for Biggie Smalls, who was murdered back in, maybe, what was that, 2000 and, when was that? 1997. They finally have released the autopsy report, and they're actually very sorry about that. They released it without letting the family know, so I guess the family had to find out about it the same way that we did, which was on all the blogs and things like that. So that's pretty toe up. But anyway, the autopsy report says that Biggie Smalls was shot 4 times, and the first 3 shots were superficial. I mean, they were nothing that he was going to die from, and the shot that actually killed him was the last one, the 4th shot, that entered into his hip, and it came out through his shoulder, but they're saying that the bullet went through a whole bunch of major organs. I think they said that it was his liver, his lung, his heart, and his colon. So, you know, as it traveled up to his shoulder where it ended, it just tore through everything else. And, you know, even though they tried to do some sort of emergency surgery on him, that he, you know, they couldn't save him. So yeah, that's the story on Biggie Smalls. But I tell you guys this story because of this next one. Who out there been following this whole ridiculousness with Rick Ross and the cancellation of his Maybach Music tour that he was on? For those of you guys who don't know, Rick Ross was on tour with Wale and Meek Mill, and he was traveling around the United States, and he was performing in all these different places. Well, a while ago, evidently Rick Ross, y'all stick with me with the ignorance here. Rick Ross came out with a mixtape, and on his mixtape he used one of the symbols of what I guess is the well-known gang, the Gangster Disciples. Okay, now he used it. He didn't ask if he could use it. You guys know how these gang things work. Everybody's real touchy about their symbols and their signs and all of this, and you can't just be going around stealing you know, shit like this and not asking for it. Okay, so that ain't how it works in the hood. Okay, so the Gangster Disciples were upset with him, on top of the way that Rick Ross is anyway. You know, his very braggadocious, I'm a boss personality that he has. So the Gangster Disciples told him, don't you bring your ass up into North Carolina, because if you do, we're gonna kill you. Strangely enough, after that came out, Rick Ross canceled the second leg of his tour, the last leg of his tour. And it was assumed that he was doing that because he was afraid of retaliation from the Gangster Disciples. Well, you know, if you're gonna be a boss, okay, and if you're gonna be this gangster and you're gonna be about that life on the streets and this and that and the other, you can't let people think that you're afraid of something, right? Okay, so Rick Ross goes onto an interview. I don't even know who he was talking to. I guess it was a radio station or a blog or something like that, and he is talking out the side of his neck, you guys. I mean, I'm telling you guys, he is saying some of the most ridiculous, stupidest shit, and I just was like, this man must want to die. Okay, he must want to have a hit on his own life, okay, talking like this. But anyway, let me just tell you guys, he says that the reason why he canceled the show is not because he's afraid of anything. He is canceling because the promoter didn't have their shit in order. Okay, every time he would go to a city to perform, it would be all this, you know, business wasn't handled right, and so he just decided, you know, he needed to teach the guy Sean G, that's a promoter, had to teach Sean G a lesson, and he just canceled the rest of his tour. Okay, now I guess that means that he didn't need the money. Okay, Wale, Meek Mill, who I'm sure were dependent on that last leg of that tour. Everybody's out of a job now, okay? So he get to talking about the BET Awards and how he was there, and you know, the scuffle with Young Jeezy, and you know, how he saw him and he said what's up to him and he tried to choke him out. You know, Young Jeezy had all the security around him, you know, and he can't promise that it won't happen again. And you guys, now, Rick Ross was a correctional officer, right? Remind me, okay, because you know the way he's talking, you would swear that he was really about that life for real. He was a correctional officer, okay? He was the person responsible for putting people in jail that he now brags that he's like, okay? So I just have a problem believing anything that Rick Ross says. I don't believe the fact that he's not afraid of these gangster disciples. You know, he goes on and says he'd go to any city and he will perform. He's got all his homies in Chicago. I guess Chicago is another place where there's a lot of gangster disciples. And, you know, he has no problem going there. He said, you know, that he's gangster, okay? He said loyalty is gangster. Power is gangster. Family is gangster. Being rich is gangster. You know, it was just like, what are you talking about? No, nigga, gangster is gangster, okay? And you're not gangster. That, you know, I'm sure he believes his own hype, okay? You know, he's talking about how he went on stage and he just wanted everybody to just appreciate him and his $40,000 fur coat and, you know, just look at him and, you know, just observe. Yeah, I like Rick Ross. I like his music, but I don't believe it, okay? I have sense enough to know that it's just an act. He is really testing these people out here who are willing to prove a point, okay? And that's why I was talking about Biggie Smalls. This is the same kind of talk that Biggie was talking about, same kind of talk that Tupac was talking about, and look at where they are, okay? The minute you keep on thinking that you above everything and that nobody can touch you, somebody will fucking touch you. I don't know, but somebody need to get Rick Ross and sit his ass down, okay? Muzzle him up, because he is asking for trouble. Folks was real mad at Wendy Williams for saying that Beyonce, who just scored a $50 million contract with Pepsi, by the way, but they're all upset with Wendy Williams for saying that Beyonce has a 5th grade education. You guys know that I've teased about Beyonce not being the most eloquent of speakers, and but I don't really think that Beyonce is stupid, okay? I really think that she is a very smart person. Obviously, you cannot get this far in life without being smart in some kind of way. So she may not be a public speaker, but the bitch can get on stage and dance her ass off and sing her ass off. So yeah, you got to give credit where credit is due. However, Beyonce is not a good speaker, okay? She doesn't speak well. She gets nervous. She says stupid shit, and it's obvious that we all have noticed that as well. And that's one of the reasons why when Beyonce only puts out these documentaries, because this is her way to reach her fans instead of going on these different talk shows and radio shows and things like that. She can reach her fans that way and still have control of what is being said, okay? She's not an off-the-cuff kind of person, okay? We've seen her in interviews before when she just kind of says stupid shit. You'd be like, what? And that's why when they would be on award shows and they would win, they would always have Kelly speak, okay? And Beyonce would stand off to the side. She was very comfortable doing that. And we all know about her personality when she sings Sasha Fierce and this and that and the other, okay? It's all makes sense. I don't know why people are so upset about the fact that, Wendy said that. I don't think Wendy actually meant that she was just stupid, but I think that Wendy is kind of right in saying that Beyonce is not really the most swiftest, suavest speaker around, okay? But yeah, 5th grade education, that might have been kind of harsh, but I think that Wendy is okay. You guys tell me what you feel about all of that. You know who got the craziest relationship? Nicki Minaj and her Barbs, okay? I ain't never seen a celebrity and their fans' relationship just be the craziest like this one is. Nicki Minaj, you guys know she'll get pissed off at her followers, her fans, and she'll cut the bitches off. Just recently, Nicki Minaj was blocking any of her fans that was following her that mentioned anything about her not being nominated for a Grammy, okay? She was blocking everybody, and that was to let you know is I don't want to talk shit else about this Grammy snub. I don't even know if it was a snub. The album was not quality and it was not Grammy work. I guess Nicki Minaj feels differently. So anybody that was talking bad about her. She didn't give a fuck if you a fan or not. You was getting blocked. Now, Nicki Minaj is another one who is looking like she is taking a little tumble from the top. Do you guys think that has anything to do with what she did with Mariah Carey? Nicki Minaj might not have known how much of a powerhouse, how much of a staple that Mariah Carey is. She may have, you know, started the decline of her own career with that stunt that she pulled with American Idol. I know that every time I see Nicki Minaj going into the American Idol studio to do whatever she got to do, she look miserable, okay? I know she probably is like, this is good money and shit, but the things that's happening to her career because of all this, I don't even know if it was worth it. But what do you guys think? Okay, you know, granted that we know that the album wasn't that good, but she was still riding pretty high after that album came out. So what do you guys think? Do you think that it has anything to do with how she treated Mariah Carey? Y'all, this next story just really hurts my heart to report, because out of all the Kardashians, Khloe is really my favorite. I think that she's the most real, she's the most relatable, she's the most normal, and that might be because she got a different damn daddy. They're saying that there may be some trouble in paradise with Khloe and Lamar Odom. Now, I had been hearing rumors about it, but I never said much about it because I just felt like it was rumors. Their relationship always seemed very strong to me. You know, he seemed very committed in their relationship, and so does she. Now they're saying that while Mr. Odom has been out partying, that he has been doing so with other women. They say that when he's on the road, for example, he was in Oklahoma City, he was in an alley with these two dark-haired women getting into a limousine. They said also when he was in Soho one time, he was out there he brought a couple of different women up to his hotel room. And they're even saying that even in Los Angeles, he was seen with a short blonde-haired chick, you know, while he was out at night. So, and all these times, all these instances, his wife has not been with him. They didn't spend Thanksgiving together, evidently, this past Thanksgiving. She stayed with her family. He was on the road. I guess he had to play basketball. So, yeah, I really hope it's not true, you guys. I really do like them two together. But, you know, it was when they got rid of their show and said that they weren't going to do it anymore. I thought then that was probably some strain on their relationship, and I thought they were able to get it back together. But we did see his whole downfall with, you know, the Dallas Mavericks, and how he went through all of his different changes and all the things that she went through for him and everything. So I don't know, you guys. I really hope them two are not breaking up. I do like them together. Alright, you guys, I already told y'all about Kenya. Let me just, what else about Real Housewives of Atlanta? Cordell, okay. I told you guys a while back that there was rumor about Cordell Stewart being gay. Well, there's a story now about, you know, Mr. Cordell Stewart and some of his issues when he was playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Evidently, Mr. Stewart liked to frequent a park, a well-known park that had like gay cruisers, and wherever he was, I guess it's in Pittsburgh. Everyone started to think that maybe he was gay. There was a police that said that he found Mr. Stewart and another gentleman in the limousine having sex. That was when I said that, remember I told you guys that he was found in a car having sex with somebody, but they said that the story was swept under the rug. There was no charges pressed, and nobody ever really had full proof about it. It was something that was floating around and then it went away. Plexico Burress, look, you guys, I don't know shit about football, okay, so I'm really trying to go by memory of what I read and everything. But I guess Plexico is the one that shot his own fucking self in the dick and the leg or whatever when he was in New York. I guess he wrote a memoir or something, and he said that when they were playing together, that Cordell, you know, realized that the rumor was floating around that he got all of his teammates into a meeting, and he was just like, I'm not gay, you guys better be careful because I'm gonna be after your women now, and you know, whoever thinks that I'm gay, you know, blah 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 blah. Just that stupid shit where everybody be like, oh nigga, dang, you know your ass gay, you ain't going through all this. Yeah, we know you gay now. We didn't think you was gay then, we think you gay now. Sometimes the best thing to do is not say nothing. The minute you get to trying to fall all over yourself, trying to explain shit up, that's when you make it worse. After that, the Plexico Burress guy said that you know, the team started to kind of feel funny about him, and he started to feel funny being around the rest of the team. So they say that Cordell started to kind of separate himself, alienate himself from the team. I guess, yeah, that would be, you know, football is a very manly sport. I'm sure there's plenty of gay guys in the NFL. However, I'm sure that most of them will not come out the closet. I don't even know of one. Is there one gay NFL player that's come out? I don't think that any of them will, because it will spell disaster for their career. I guess they're going to talk about it on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's a storyline that they're going to be talking about, because evidently he just up and got married to this chick, Portia, just a couple of years ago, and it was sort of out of the blue. So I guess, you know, they're going to talk about whether or not he just, you know, decided to get married because he was trying to clear up the gay rumors, moved to Atlanta. Now, we are in Atlanta, and we do have quite a few gay men here. Now, I don't know why anybody would go on a show knowing that they got all this shit in their closet. Like, why would you want somebody to go digging in your background like that? Especially if it's something like this. I don't know, you guys. Anyway, that's the story with Cordell. Somebody left in my comments on my Real Housewives of Atlanta video that I did last was if I heard Kim say nigga. No, I did not hear Kim say nigga. I even listened to it again, and I just didn't hear her say nigga. Now, I think that Kim is smarter than that. I don't think that the woman would actually say nigga. Knowing that she's on a show that's in Atlanta, that is you know, the cast is predominantly black. Yeah, that wouldn't be a smart move for her. Now, I might be wrong, and she could have said nigga, but I really just, Kim gets on my nerves and all of that, but, you know, I can't get all excited and buy into that. It just didn't sound like she said nigga to me. Also, you guys, for any of you guys that are looking to get that very same ass that Miss Phaedra Parks has, the donkey booty, okay, she has come out with her workout video. It's called Fine Booty, and it is guaranteed to get you the donkey booty that Miss Phaedra Parks has. She and Apollo have a 60-minute workout, I believe, and they are showing the workout that she and Apollo does when they go to the gym. If you want to get it, it's out there. Fine Booty, and I'm sure you can get it online or in the store. Y'all go and work that out. A little bit about the Braxtons. First, Toni Braxton, she was in the hospital. She was admitted into the hospital because she was having complications, I believe they said, with breathing, and it just all had to do with her lupus. You guys know that she has lupus, and it just, every now and then it slows her down. There's certain things that she can't do that she used to be able to do. So she was in the hospital, but she's out now. She's feeling better. Tamar Braxton, you guys, she was talking to an interviewer, and she let them know that, you know, I know everybody says that I've had a face job, and I've had a nose job, and a lip job, and an eyebrow job, and a cheek job, and all that, but when do I have time to do that? Okay, I'm always filming. I went from my Braxton Family Values show to Tamar and Ben's show. I've been traveling. I've been speaking at engagements. I've been singing. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I do not have time to have any surgery done to my face. I believe that she hasn't had anything done to her face recently. Now, she could have had all this done before the show started. I don't think her face has changed that much since the show has been on. I will tell you guys that makeup can do a lot to your face, okay? You can do a lot of contouring, and they do a lot of contouring on Tamar. But the way you can put on makeup, it can really make your face look different, okay? It's a whole different thing. Your face is much flatter, doesn't have a lot of dimension to it, and you know, you can make cheekbones pop out where you didn't have any. You can make eyebrow bones pop out when you didn't have any. It's all in the technique of putting on your makeup. So I kind of feel like she's not really lying. Now, you know, she's had a few little tweaks, you know, some injections and things like that. And like I said, she may have had some work done in the past, but recently, like, I don't see it. People are talking about her skin getting lighter, and she said that she doesn't bleach her skin. Her husband, who was sitting in on the interview, jumps in and says she got that Michael Jackson disease, and, you know, they said she was like, yes, vitiligo, but she tried to downplay it. So that might be, you know, that might be explanation for why she's getting lighter. Again, I don't know if I feel like she's getting lighter. I think that she just wears those blonde wigs, and a lot of times it just washes your whole face out. Like, her hair is the same color as her face, and, you know, I think that if she wore a dark wig, or if she had a dark weave, or if her hair was black, then, you know, we wouldn't think that so much. It's just that she always has the blonde hair. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. I wasn't even gonna talk about that stupid ass game, but because he's on a reality show, even though this has nothing to do with the reality show, I'm just gonna go on and tell you guys. So you guys know that the game either has an album coming out, or the album is out, and it's called The Jesus Piece, okay? On the cover of the album, it is Jesus sitting in a chair, I believe, with a red rag. Okay, I'm all for creativity. I'm all for making a statement. I'm all for trying to get people's attention. However, I just don't know why people today don't have any respect for, you know, why would you have Jesus with a red rag on? What is wrong with him? Okay, but that's not what I'm trying to tell y'all. What I'm trying to tell y'all is he was in concert at the House of Blues out in Los Angeles. And he went so far as to bring Jesus out on stage at the House of Blues so that he could, you know, he could put a necklace around the game's neck and I guess crown him some sort of whatever it was that he was crowning him. Jesus, y'all. Jesus put the necklace around the game's neck. I'm telling you what, the game is going to turn into a pillar of salt next time you walk into a church house. I just don't like when people try to shock you into something. It's nothing about the art, nothing about the talent. It's just something that makes you just look at it and be like, what is that? I don't like that. You know, you should be able to rely on your talents. If you're going to have some bullshit like that on your album cover, then that album better be the best damn thing out. Or come out with no bullshit and just make us want to look at your album because you got a picture of Jesus on the front. Lastly, you guys, Basketball Wives LA. Gloria has come out and said that she and Matt are going to get remarried. I believe they said this summer. I guess them getting married in Las Vegas, now they decide that they're going to get remarried in front of everybody else, okay? Namely, the VH1 cameras. She said that she did not try to cut the VH1 cameras out of their ceremony. It was just that they were on a trip to Las Vegas. It was Laura's birthday. They were out there celebrating. It was very spur of the moment. Like, hey, let's get married. She's just like, you know, I wasn't trying to cut you guys out. And to let you know for sure, I'm going to have another wedding. And you guys are welcome to come out and tape it this time. I don't know if VH1 and Basketball Wives LA is willing to do that this time. I don't know if they are going to let her be back on the show. You know, VH1 has said that they haven't confirmed that they're getting rid of anybody on the show. However, you know, everybody's been saying that the Govan sisters were not returning. Speaking of Miss Gloria, you guys, her second installment of her Clean Ops webisode, you know, I think it's called, yes, Clean Ops. This next episode is called Do Unto Others. And you guys, I have to say, now, the acting is real bad and all of that. I don't think that they try to make it seem like she's this fantastic actress or anything like that. But the show is, I watched it. Okay, I watched it from beginning to end. It's like a 6-minute little webisode. It's on the Comedy Shack. I think that's Shack's website. And they don't try to take themselves too seriously. Like I said, she is like a fucking robot. Okay, she is a horrible actress, but everybody else around her seems to be able to kind of hold their own, kind of help the child along. But yeah, you guys go on and look for it. It's on, I saw it on the ybf.com. You guys, this is a whole bunch of slow motion fighting and things like that. But, you know, I guess this is, you know, I think that it's a good look for Glory. I think it's a good look for her. And I was able to come to the conclusion that Gloria's never out of character. That's why when she was on that damn reunion show, she was like a robot. She is actually just like her fucking character. Okay, that character, she don't, you know, eyes don't wander, they don't waver. You know, her voice stays very low, very even keel, very stable and steady, and just kind of like she's quaaluded out almost. So yeah, she don't get out of character. She's taking that acting role very seriously. There's a rumor going around saying that Jackie wants to pose for Playboy. I don't really know what else to say about that. I don't think that Jackie has a horrible shape. I think she has an average shape for a woman her age. She's not, you know, like a lot of women. She's not fat or anything. She's just kind of out of shape. So I don't really see Playboy, I don't really see that in Jackie's future. It'll be a lot of photoshopping, a lot of touching up. But I'm just letting y'all know that Jackie wants to pose for Playboy. And then, you guys, Brooke was, after I guess Brooke realizes that she's not going to be on VH1 on Basketball Wives LA anymore. So Brooke just been out talking shit. She's like, fuck it. She ain't got no reason not to talk now. So she was in an interview and she was just kind of saying a whole bunch of things about everybody. She said that Malaysia's fake as fuck. That's her word. She's fake as fuck is what she said. She said that she only has respect for Jackie because Jackie is the only one that kind of went toe-to-toe with her. She said that Bambi is delusional. She ain't never had no problem with Bambi. Bambi had the problem with her. And she said a lot of things about Drea. Now, I really thought that Brooke and Drea had a friendship. I really don't think that they really had true friendship. I think we can all see that now. She said that she can't knock Drea's hustle, and however Drea makes her money is fine with her, but she's also saying that Drea was not really a model. Okay, she's saying Drea was not really a butt model. Drea didn't have to go through the things that she had to go through to establish herself as a model and to be respected in that community as an ass model. She said that Drea got popular for fucking Chris Brown. Okay, she was dating Chris Brown at one point, and after she broke up with him, her career took off. I don't really know how true or false that is because I don't follow ass models. I don't know where Drea came from. All of a sudden she was just on the show. I knew a little bit about her dating Chris Brown in the past, but other than that, I don't know what the fuck Drea did in the past. So yeah, that's what Brooke is saying though, yo. So Brooke has been out there saying it, and I guess she's, yeah, I don't really think that they really have a true friendship. I just know that if you were my friend, I wouldn't expect you to say those things about me, even if we had a falling out. There is no honor among thieves. We do this every week, so you guys remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and remember to come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.